Hey coin lovers! Welcome to the Worth Old Coins channel, your place to discover the hidden value and rare facts about old coins. In today's video we're revealing the top 5 valuable coins, and one of them might just be in your collection. So don't skip this video, let's find out their real worth. Top 1. The 20 euro cent coin of Germany, dated 2003 with mint mark A, is part of the regular circulating euro coinage first introduced when 12 member states of the European Union adopted the euro as their common currency on January 1, 2002. Germany, being one of the founding nations of the Eurozone, struck its own national side designs while keeping the shared reverse that is common to all euro countries. The 20-cent denomination belongs to the Nordic gold group of euro coins, composed of 89% copper, 5% aluminium, 5% zinc, and 1% tin, which gives it a warm golden color and a distinctive slightly reddish metallic tone compared to brass. The German federal government approved 3 different national motifs for its euro coins. Small denominations, 1, 2, and 5 cent, show an oak twig symbolizing stability and tradition. Middle denominations, 10, 20, and 50 cent, present the Brandenburg Gate, a celebrated monument of Berlin that represents both the nation's turbulent history and the unity of modern Germany. And the high denominations, 1 and 2 euro, display the federal eagle, the long-standing emblem of German sovereignty. Thus, your coin of 20 euro cents bears on its national side the Brandenburg Gate, a neoclassical triumphal arch built between 1788 and 1791 under King Frederick William II of Prussia. The gate became an icon of division during the Cold War when the Berlin Wall isolated East from West, and later an icon of reunification after 1989, which makes the image profoundly symbolic for a currency intended to unify Europe. The letter A mint mark indicates that this specific coin was struck at the Berlin Mint, Staatliche Münze Berlin, one of 5 official mints in Germany. The others are D, Munich, F, Stuttgart, G, Karlsruhe, and J, Hamburg. Each mint uses its own identifying letter, a tradition dating back centuries in German coinage. Collectors often seek to assemble full sets from all 5 mints for each year of issue, making the A version an essential component. For the year 2003, the Berlin Mint produced many millions of 20-cent coins to satisfy both domestic circulation needs and the growing demand of neighboring Eurozone economies. Although precise mintage numbers can fluctuate slightly between published sources, estimates place the Berlin output in the tens of millions, ensuring the coin is readily found in everyday change, but still of interest to numismatists for its historical yearmark. On the common reverse of the coin you will find a map of the European Union as it appeared before the 2004 enlargement. The design shows the 15 then-member states without national borders, surrounded by 12 stars symbolizing harmony among European nations. Later issues after 2007 slightly altered the map to reflect the expanding EU, so the 2003 version captures an earlier stage of European integration, making it a small metallic time capsule of pre-enlargement Europe. The coin specifications are standardized: weight of 5.74 grams, diameter of 22.25 millimeters, thickness of about 2.14 millimeters, and a distinctive Spanish flower shape with 7 smooth indentations. This shape helps visually impaired users identify the denomination by touch and also prevents confusion with similar-sized coins. Historically, the introduction of euro coins in 2002 followed years of preparation after the Maastricht Treaty of 1992. Germany replaced its beloved Deutsche Mark, a moment of both nostalgia and excitement. By 2003, the second full year of euro cash circulation, the currency was firmly established, and the novelty of euro coins was beginning to fade into everyday routine. However, early-date pieces like the 2003 A20 cent remain sought after by collectors who focus on the first years of euro circulation or who specialize in Berlin-minted coins. Condition matters greatly. Uncirculated examples with full mint luster are worth more than face value, while heavily circulated pieces typically trade near face. Special mint sets or proof issues struck for collectors can command higher prices, though the regular circulation strike remains primarily a historical keepsake. Beyond numismatics, the coin reflects the broader narrative of European economic and political unification. The Brandenburg Gate image is especially poignant. Once a barrier in a divided city, it now appears on a currency shared across national borders. This symbolism resonates with the euro's mission of promoting peace, stability, and cooperation across Europe. In that sense, even a common 20-cent piece like the 2003 A is more than mere small change. It is a miniature monument to Europe's complex 20th-century journey and Germany's central role within it. Summary for collectors: Germany 20 euro cent 2003, a metal Nordic gold, weight 5.74 g, diameter 22.25 mm, 7 Indentation, Spanish flower, edge obverse Brandenburg Gate with mint mark A. For Berlin reverse EU map of 15 states with 12 stars minted in the tens of millions. Historical significance as an early euro coin and emblem of German unity and European integration. Top 2, the German 20 euro cent coin dated 2002 with mint mark F, is a small golden-colored disc of Nordic gold alloy that carries with it an outsized historical weight, for it was struck in the very first year that the euro became physical money in people's pockets and purses. To understand the story of this coin, one must begin with the creation of the European Union's single currency. After the Maastricht Treaty of 1992 committed member states to a shared monetary future, years of preparation followed, banking systems were harmonized, conversion rates fixed, and by January 1, 2002 citizens of 12 nations, including Germany, exchanged their national currencies for the euro and Germany. That meant saying goodbye to the Deutschmark, a symbol of post-war economic strength and stability. Shops displayed dual prices for months. The Bundesbank organized massive logistical operations to move new coins and notes across the country, and the public lined up to obtain starter kits of shiny new euros. Among the very first of these new coins was the 20-cent piece struck at the Stuttgart Mint, the federal facility identified by the letter F beneath the Brandenburg Gate on the obverse. Germany's long tradition of mint letters A. Berlin, D. Munich, F. Stuttgart, G. Karlsruhe, and J. Hamburg goes back centuries and allows collectors to trace a coin directly to its place of birth. Stuttgart's 2002 output ran into the hundreds of millions because every household needed fresh currency at once, yet even such a plentiful coin has historical importance because it represents the euro's first breath as everyday money. The coin's design is full of symbolism for the middle denominations 10, 20 and 50 cents. Germany chose the Brandenburg Gate, Berlin's neoclassical triumphal arch built between 1788 and 1791 under King Frederick William II of Prussia. Over the next 2 centuries, the gate witnessed Napoleon's invasion, imperial parades, Allied bombings, and perhaps most memorably the decades when it stood isolated behind the Berlin Wall, inaccessible from either east or west. When the wall fell in 1989, crowds surged through the reopened gate, and it instantly became a worldwide emblem of German reunification. By placing the gate on its euro coins, Germany sent a powerful message. A nation once divided now embraced both its own unity and the wider unity of Europe. The mint mark F, positioned just to the side of the date, ties this universal symbol to a specific location, Stuttgart, in the state of Baden-Württemberg, reminding us that even within a shared currency, individual histories endure. On the reverse side, common to all euro coins of that first generation, Belgian designer Luc Luyx depicted a map of the then 15 European Union states without internal borders, encircled by 12 stars representing harmony among nations. This 2002 design predates the Great 2004 enlargement, so the map captures a snapshot of Europe just before 10 new members joined. Later issues modified the image to show a larger borderless continent, making the original reverse of the 2002 F coin a small metallic time capsule of the EU's early years. Technically, the coin follows the euro's strict specifications. It is struck from Nordic gold, an alloy of 89% copper, 5% aluminium, 5% zinc and 1% tin. Despite the name, there is no real gold, but the blend resists tarnish and keeps its warm golden color through decades of handling. The piece weighs 5.74 grams, measures 22.25 millimeters in diameter, and is about 2.14 millimeters thick. Its edge is the distinctive 7-sided Spanish flower shape, a clever tactile feature that helps visually impaired users and prevents confusion with similar-sized coins. Millions of these coins entered circulation in excellent mint luster, though heavy daily use soon gave most of them a softer, brown-gold patina. Collectors prize uncirculated examples, especially when preserved as part of a full 2002 5-mint set, but even a worn coin remains historically significant as a first-year artifact. Economically and culturally, the 2002 F 20 stands for more than its small face value. T embodies the practical success of one of the largest monetary transitions in modern history and the ideal of a continent seeking peace and cooperation after centuries of conflict. When you hold this coin, you hold a piece of that moment, the excitement of the euro's birth, the memory of the Berlin Wall's fall, and the continuity of German minting traditions reaching back through the Holy Roman Empire. Whether you keep it as a collector's item, study it as a historian, or simply spend it, the Germany 20 euro cent 2002 F remains a tangible witness to the dawn of a new European era. Top 3. The Austrian 20 euro cent coin dated 2009 is a modest piece of Nordic gold alloy whose warm golden glow conceals a story that stretches from Imperial Vienna to the very heart of modern European integration. To appreciate it fully, we travel back to the creation of the euro itself, after the Maastricht Treaty of 1992 bound European Union nations to a common currency. Austria, newly joined to the EU in 1995, embraced the plan enthusiastically. Years of careful preparation followed, and on 1 January 2002 Austrians exchanged their cherished shilling for the euro. By 2009, 7 years into this new monetary era, the euro had weathered its first market tests and had become the everyday money of more than 300 million Europeans. The 2009 dated 20 cent therefore represents a maturing eurozone, circulating at a time when the global financial crisis challenged Europe's unity and resilience. Austria chose a flower series of national designs that pay homage to its artistic heritage and natural beauty. The 20-cent denomination features the Belvedere Palace, a Baroque masterpiece built in the early 18th century for Prince Eugene of Savoy. Architect Johann Lucas von Hildebrandt created an ensemble of upper and lower palaces set amid sweeping gardens, reflecting both princely grandeur and the Enlightenment love of order and light. More than a static monument, the Belvedere holds profound modern symbolism. In its marble hall, the Austrian State Treaty was signed on May 15, 1955. Formally ending Allied occupation and restoring Austria's sovereignty after the Second World War. By placing the Belvedere on a coin that circulates across Europe, Austria quietly reminds every holder of the value of independence achieved through diplomacy and the possibility of peace after devastation. The reverse of the coin, common to all Euro members, displays Belgian artist Luc Louix's map of Europe, showing the continent without internal borders and encircled by 12 stars signifying harmony and solidarity. Because your coin is dated 2009, it carries the post-2007 revised map that extends to the full European continent, reflecting the EU's enlargement to include Central and Eastern European states. In that sense, the coin captures a moment when Austria, long a bridge between East and West, was physically and politically central to a widening union. Technically, the 20 cent follows strict Euro specifications. It weighs 5.74 grams, measures 22.25 millimeters in diameter, and is about 2.14 millimeters thick. It is struck in Nordic gold, an alloy of 89% copper, 5% aluminium, 5% zinc and 1% tin that contains no actual gold but resists tarnish and keeps its rich color through years of handling. The planchet is shaped with a distinctive 7-sided Spanish flower edge, enabling tactile recognition for the visually impaired and preventing confusion with similar-sized coins. Austrian euro coins are produced at the Munz Österreich Austrian Mint in Vienna, one of the world's oldest continuously operating mints, whose roots reach back to the 12th century when it struck silver dinars for Duke Leopold V. In 2009, the mint issued tens of millions of 20-cent pieces to satisfy circulation demand across the euro area, ensuring that an Austrian architectural treasure could be encountered in pockets from Lisbon to Helsinki. Economically, the 2009 Austrian 20 cent circulated during a pivotal period. The global financial crisis of 2008-09 tested the young euro, prompting debates over fiscal discipline and the future of the monetary union. Yet everyday coins like this one helped preserve public confidence. They were tangible, trustworthy symbols of shared value when banking headlines seemed abstract and alarming. For collectors today, circulated examples generally hold face value, but uncirculated or proof strikes often sold in official mint sets carry modest premiums. Beyond market price, however, the coin's meaning is richer. It unites Baroque art, post-war independence, and pan-European ideals in a single small disc. When you hold an Austria 20 euro cent 2009, you hold more than pocket change. You touch the memory of Vienna's imperial elegance, the optimism of Austria's regained sovereignty, and the ambition of a continent determined to weave its many histories into one future, from the marble halls of the Belvedere to the everyday bustle of cafés and tram stops across Europe. This humble coin continues to circulate as a quiet ambassador of Austrian culture and the enduring European project. Top 4. The Dutch 20 euro cent coin, dated 1999, is a modest golden-colored piece that holds a remarkable place in modern European monetary history, for it represents the very beginning of the euro project and captures a unique transitional moment for the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Although euro coins did not circulate until January 1, 2002, several member states, including the Netherlands, began striking their coins in 1999 to build up the immense stocks required for a seamless changeover from national currencies. Thus, a coin carrying the date 1999 was actually struck years before anyone spent it, serving as a silent herald of the new era to come. That time, the Dutch guilder was still in daily use, yet deep within the workshops of the Royal Dutch Mint, Koninklijke Nederlandse Munt, in Utrecht, presses were humming day and night to create millions of golden-hued blanks that would eventually inaugurate the continent's single currency. These early issues, stored under strict security, gave bankers and governments confidence that when the appointed day arrived, every shop and household would have ample coinage to replace the familiar gulden. The national design of this 20-cent piece reflects the Netherlands' long tradition of constitutional monarchy. The obverse features a right-facing portrait of Queen Beatrix, who reigned from 1980 until her abdication in 2013, surrounded by a vertical arrangement of the words Beatrix Koningin der Nederlanden in modernist lettering, designed by the renowned Dutch sculptor and typographer Bruno Nijnaber van Iben. The portrait is a subtle play of dots and lines, more a textured silhouette than a traditional bust, symbolizing the progressive design-oriented spirit for which Dutch art and architecture are famous. Around the perimeter run the 12 stars of the European flag, visually uniting the national image with a larger European project. This modern design stood in deliberate contrast to the classical profiles found on many other nations' coins and reflected the Netherlands' reputation as a forward-looking, innovative society. Turning the coin over, one sees the common reverse shared by all euro members of the first generation, a map of Europe without internal borders, encircled by 12 stars representing the ideals of unity, solidarity, and harmony. Created by Belgian artist Luc Louix, this side of the coin shows the European Union as it stood before the Great Enlargement of 2004, so the 1999 issue preserves a geographic snapshot of the EU's original 15 members. Later coins would subtly alter the map, but the early design remains a tangible record of Europe on the threshold of the new millennium. Technically, the Netherlands 20 cent follows the euro's standard specifications. It is made of Nordic gold, an alloy of 89% copper, 5% aluminium, 5% zinc, and 1% tin, so named for its warm golden color rather than any actual gold content. The coin weighs 5.74 grams, measures 22.25 millimeters in diameter, and is about 2.14 millimeters thick. Its distinctive 7-sided, Spanish flower edge provides tactile recognition for the visually impaired and helps vending machines identify the piece accurately. All Dutch euro coins are produced at the historic Utrecht Mint, which traces its origins back to the 16th century when the Low Countries were a vital hub of European trade and finance. Historically, the 1999 dated coin circulated widely only after January 2002, when Dutch citizens finally exchanged their beloved guilder notes and coins for euros at a fixed rate of €1 2.20371 guilders. The changeover was both emotional and efficient. Many felt nostalgia for the guilder's centuries-old heritage, yet embraced the practical benefits of a common European currency. By the time your 1999 dated 20-cent pieces entered daily use, the Netherlands was fully integrated into the Eurozone's banking systems and monetary policy under the European Central Bank. For collectors today, the Netherlands 20-euro-cent 1999 coin holds special appeal as a pre-circulation issue, effectively the first year of minting for Dutch euros. While mintage numbers were large to ensure smooth distribution, well-preserved uncirculated examples, especially those from official mint sets, sealed in 1999, carry modest premiums above face value. Proof versions struck for collectors are even more sought after, displaying mirror-like fields and razor-sharp details. Beyond numismatic interest, however, the coin serves as a small historical document. It embodies the optimism of a continent preparing to share not only a currency but also a future of economic cooperation and political stability. Thus, when you hold a Netherlands 20-euro-cent coin dated 1999, you hold more than a piece of metal. You touch the careful planning of Europe's largest monetary transition, the quiet dignity of Queen Beatrix's reign, the modern artistry of Dutch design, and the enduring hope of a united Europe from the minting halls of Utrecht to the cafés of Amsterdam and the marketplaces of Europe. This coin remains a tiny golden ambassador of Dutch culture and the grand European project that began at the turn of the millennium. Top 5. The Austrian 20-euro-cent coin dated 2002 is a small golden disc of Nordic gold alloy that captures a pivotal moment in Europe's monetary history, the dramatic birth of the euro. Austria, a country with centuries of coinage tradition reaching back to medieval silvergroschen and the powerful Habsburg thaler, joined the European Union in 1995 and soon committed itself to the common currency envisioned by the Maastricht Treaty of 1992 after years of careful planning, testing, and public education. The euro became the official cash of 12 nations on January 1, 2002, and Austrian citizens said farewell to their beloved shilling, a currency that had carried them through post-war recovery and decades of economic stability. In the months leading up to that day, the Münz Österreich, Austrian Mint, in Vienna worked around the clock, striking millions of 20-cent coins dated 2002 so that every shop, café, and household would be ready for the overnight changeover. Thus the date, 2002, is not merely a year on a coin, it marks the very first moment Austrians held euros in their hands and joined a vast monetary union linking Lisbon to Helsinki. Austria chose a national design series known as the Flower Series, celebrating the country's artistic heritage and natural beauty. The 20-cent denomination features the magnificent Belvedere Palace, a Baroque masterpiece built in the early 18th century by architect Johann Lucas von Hildebrandt as the summer residence of Prince Eugene of Savoy. Sweeping gardens, fountains, and elegant halls reflect the grandeur of imperial Vienna, yet the Belvedere carries modern political weight as well. In its marble hall, the Austrian state treaty was signed on 15 May 1955, ending Allied occupation after the Second World War and restoring Austria's sovereignty. Why choosing this image for the 20-cent coin? Austria linked the peaceful diplomacy of 1955 with a larger European dream of unity and independence symbolized by the euro itself. Around the palace design circle 12 stars of the European flag, visually binding Austria's national pride to the shared ideals of the Union. The reverse side bears the common euro design created by Belgian artist Luc Louix, showing a map of Europe without internal borders and encircled by 12 stars representing harmony among nations. Because your coin is dated 2002, the very first year of euro cash circulation, it displays the original pre-2007 map, depicting the 15 member states that formed the EU at that time. Later coins were modified to show an expanded continent after the Great 2004 enlargement, so the 2002 issue preserves a geographic snapshot of Europe on the eve of that historic expansion. Technically, the Austrian 20 cent follows euro standards. It is struck in Nordic gold, an alloy of 89% copper, 5% aluminium, 5% zinc, and 1% tin, weighs 5.74 grams, measures 22.25 millimeters in diameter, and is about 2.14 millimeters thick. Its edge has the distinctive seven-sided Spanish flower shape, which helps visually impaired users recognize it by touch and ensures smooth operation in vending machines. The Austrian mint, one of the oldest in the world, with roots back to the 12th century, produced tens of millions of these coins in 2002 to meet the huge initial demand, while also striking proof versions and special mint sets for collectors who wanted pristine examples of the new currency's first year. Economically and culturally, the 2002 Austrian 20-cent coin embodies far more than its small face value. It represents the excitement of the euro's birth, the end of national currencies that had defined Europe for generations, and the optimism of a continent seeking peace and shared prosperity after centuries of conflict. For collectors today, circulated coins generally trade at face value, but uncirculated or proof specimens, especially those kept in official 2002 starter kits, hold greater appeal as tangible artifacts of that historic monetary transition. Whether examined as a piece of art, a tool of commerce, or a symbol of unity, the coin carries within it the elegance of Vienna's Baroque architecture, the hard-won independence of the Austrian Republic, and the ambition of a Europe determined to weave many histories into one future. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.